Mein Name ist Thomas Kremer.
My name is Thomas Kremer, and I'm a board member of the Vogenio Housing Cooperative here in Germany. And we are here in Munich today, in the underground car park, where we have electric cars that are part of our mobility concept.
Die Teil unseres Mobilitätskonzeptes sind.
We offer our house residents electric cars as a part of a car-sharing scheme, and it works very well. Our mobility concept and solar power system complement each other perfectly. The key phrase here is, of course, connecting electricity production and consumption. It is very simple. We have the electricity that is generated up there by the sun via our solar power systems. And this is fed directly into the cars down here. So the cars are charged with electricity from the solar power system.
Wir haben zwei Elektroautos hier unten als Carsharing-Autos stehen.
We have two electric cars down here for the car sharing. They drive roughly 5,000 kilometers a year, mostly in city traffic. And they use 15 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which means that we have an annual consumption of 1,500 kilowatt hours, generated directly by the solar power system and fed in here. And this amount of 1,500 kilowatt hours corresponds roughly to the annual consumption of a 1 to 2 person household. So not such a large amount.
Also keine so große Menge. Diese zwei Autos, die wir hier stehen haben.
These two cars that we have here in the underground car park, we could easily scale this up in the future. That means we could have 10, 20, 25 electric cars here in the underground car park. We can also provide the necessary electricity because we have already installed a load profile management system, which means that we can always distribute the amount of electricity produced and the amount available for charging the cars in such a way that we don't overload the electricity supply. So no fuse blows. And the electricity supply in question is scaled and programmed by the load profile management system, so that we can charge all cars simultaneously.
Lastgangmanagement so eingestellt, dass wir hier gleichzeitig die Autos laden können. Also wenn ich von einer Fahrt...
So when I come home from a trip in the electric car, of course I need to charge it again. But that's all very simple and easy. For that I have our wall box here. The alternating current comes straight from the inverter of the solar power system, and I have a Type 2 plug here. I just plug the cable from the car and the charging process begins.
Fängt der Ladevorgang an.
We also have the possibility, in case the plug does not fit, in case someone has forgotten their Type 2 plug or has a different one, that we can also charge the car with a standard household plug, a normal household plug. With this wall box, I have this extra type of socket, and I can also connect my car in this way, which would be enough to charge it up to 80% capacity overnight. And then I'd be able to drive most of the routes that I drive again. Now we are outside here at the second part of our mobility station. This is where the two safes are located. And this is where the keys for the mobility offerings are, i.e. the keys for the cars and bicycles.
Das funktioniert ganz einfach.
It works very simply. First, I book a bike, for example, on the internet. Then I hold the card here, I have to enter my PIN, and then open it and can get the keys from the vehicle I've reserved. So I just pull it out of here or put it back in when I'm returning it. And we've not only got the keys for our bicycles and cars here, but also the tickets for the local public transport system. So if I want to head into town, I book the ticket, go into town and then return it afterwards. This is also an additional free offer for our residents.
Und stecke es nachher zurück, und das ist auch ein zusätzliches kostenloses Angebot für unsere Bewohner.
Everything can be booked via one platform, and all rental keys and tickets are in these two central safes.
Haben wir hier
We bought electric bikes here for the residents. Actually, in this case, not just for the residents, but for everyone who lives in the neighborhood. People can borrow these e-cargo bikes, e-bikes, or even an e-scooter for a very small fee, just €1 an hour, and can then use them to do their shopping or to take their children to kindergarten. making local mobility very easy and inexpensive.
Und können so ihre Nahmobilität sehr einfach und sehr kostengünstig abwickeln. Also hier haben wir zwei.
So here we have two cargo bikes, two e-cargo bikes. It's very easy to operate, like a normal bike. I just have the battery at the back, which is charged here via our electricity grind. Then I can put my shopping in here, drive 2 to 3 kilometers to the supermarket, do my shopping, put it in a bike, park the bike back here again afterwards. Or if I have children to take to kindergarten, I can sit them in here and can still use it for other loads. And I can then take the children to kindergarten and pick them up again later.
Kann damit dann eben die Kinder zum Kindergarten bringen und wieder abholen.